All right, week 5, coach's show. Coach Brandon Smith here at South Warren. Big win this week against Bowling Green, 45-14. Um, the defense only allowed 30 rushing yards. How big of a factor did that play in this week's win?
Yeah, that was a huge factor in the game. Going into it, really felt like they were a good running team, and they are. That they got a really big offensive line that are bruisers and good at run blocking. The running back is really good. Really, all the guys they bring in are solid backs, and so that was a big key in our plan was to eliminate them or try to stop them from running the ball, and I thought we did that pretty successful for the most part.
So we'll go ahead and get into the offensive side of the ball. 383 total yards, 185 rushing yards, 198 pass yards. Someone we haven't spoke about too much this season is Chase Bell. He went 4-5 with 36 yards passing and 2 passing touchdowns. How does having someone with his skill set coming off the bench help elevate the offense when it's needed?
Yeah, I thought he did a really nice job when he got in there. It's not easy to come and play in that game, in that atmosphere for the first time. And we had a couple guys that were out there for the first time in that game, and he was one of them. I thought his composure was really well, made good decisions. And then offensively, I thought we played really well. We had one series there that we had a 3 and out, but other than that, I thought we moved the ball pretty effectively most of the night.
So I know we've talked a lot throughout the season about how effective the passing game has been, how accurate it's been, taking care of the ball. Notice no turnovers this week on the offensive side of the ball as well. The ground game was effective this week again as well with 185 rush yards. How important is it to establish that run game, even through the season, but this game as well? Y'all have established a run game. Do you think that's the reason y'all have been able to be so accurate passing the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we communicate that to our kids. I mean, if you can't run the ball, then none of the other stuff we do works. And to your point, I think our completion percentage. I always look at completion percentage. I look at turnovers, those type things. But if those things are your completion percentage is high, your turnovers are low, you're going to be pretty successful. And our completion percentage, as of right now, is pretty high. So that tells me that we are running the ball effectively. The quarterbacks are making good decisions. We're not having a lot of drops. Guys are catching it and then taking advantage of their opportunities.
So we'll get into the defensive side of the ball. Another good game by the defense, 135 total yards, 30 rush yards, 105 pass yards, and 3 fumble recoveries. All year through this show, and I'm sure as a coaching staff, y'all noticed it as well, how good the defense have played in every game. A stat that I found interesting is throughout the whole season, y'all have yet to give up 100 yards rushing in a game. Why do you think y'all have been so successful stopping the run?
Well, we're also only 4 games in, so
Right.
we can't get too carried away yet. I think that the guys have done a good job. The front four and the box guys, our 3 linebackers have played, but a lot of it has to do too, or I guess unsung hero of that is your secondary, triggering on the run and coming up and filling, and gang tackling, but it's all technique and fundamentals. There's nothing real exciting about stopping the run. I mean, it's a lot of nuance and over again repping things. But to this point, those guys have played well, and you can't. It's the same thing, defensively. If someone is running on you, then it's over for you. I mean, everything's going to open up. You have to make changes and sacrifices to what you're doing. Usually, you're going to sacrifice, and open things up in the pass game. So that's kind of the focal point, and we're no different. Everybody says the same thing. Everybody wants to stop the run, but that's really football. If you can run it and you can stop it, you're going to have a shot.
So this week coming up, you guys are taking on Hopkinsville, another away game. They have a 3-1 record, won last Friday, 55-28. What's kind of the outlook on that game, and is there anything in particular in practice that y'all are going to work on this week, gearing up for this game?
Yeah, it's a little bit different than what we've played. Really, the last probably 3 weeks in terms of, I told the guys that everybody on the field is athletic. They don't have any real big guys. I mean, they honestly almost don't even have really linemen, so to speak. I mean, everybody it's athletic. Their D front are all athletes. Even their offensive line are all athletic kids, and they pull them, and they're going to get outside on the edge and those type of things. So it's going to be a different dynamic. I think from a pass protection standpoint, we're really going to get challenged. They're going to throw a lot of exotic blitzes, things that we haven't seen. And the guys doing it, like I said, are very aggressive and very fast. So, they're going to play tight coverage against our receivers and those type of things. They've got explosive receivers on the offensive side of the ball. So they've done a really nice job. Coach Lopez, know him well. He's done a super job over there. Their offensive coordinator is an old legendary coach in Kentucky, Craig Clayton. He knows what he's doing. So you can tell, like I said, that they've had success, a lot of success this year. They got the thing going in the right direction. So it's going to be a little bit different look, a little bit different challenge than what we've had.
Well, this week's top-notch players of the games, the offensive player of the game is Camden Page. Went 14 for 17 passing, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 rushes for 19 yards with 181 total yards of offense. Defensive player of the game, Joseph Fentress, 3 total tackles, 1 solo, 2 assisted. So that wraps up this week's episode of The Coaches Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share to win the free mini split at the end of the year. And then for the rest of the home games this year, just like last week, we will have our tent set up. We'll be giving away a free Yeti cooler, a whole home air purifier, and a free year of the club membership.